We like Abdi, Ellen, Nick, Sandy, Jamie. Not anyone else is here. Liam, Paul, how you all doing? Miss Sandy Toes. Let me put my gex on, man. Can I see? Like the black eye. Hey Chris, how you doing, buddy? Hi Sammy, how are you, buddy? Haven't seen you on for a while. Wake up, Mick. Oh, the old man is tired. It's been a long day for him, Nick. Takes it out of him. I can know how it feels now I'm not that age. Did you get any good contacts today, Chris? All right, Sammy. All right, man. Had a wee operation last week. Matt, how you doing? You pissed yet, Matt? Can I see? Seven long distance, Chris. That's good, mate. Any in the UK? Casters, passed. No doubt. I'll not be pissed till Saturday. Hopefully. Fishing on Friday. None in the UK. Aye, Chris, I'm going to maybe see if we're getting a set up next year. I say it was 30 years ago I did ham radio. Technology's changed, all the sets has changed. So I ain't got a clue. I struggle to use a bloody iPad. There's been a lot of information coming in. We've been hearing, as I mentioned earlier, in the last half an hour or so, the Vice President... Come on, Matt, get up here on the panel. Give us a laugh. Pushed, Matt. With President-elect Trump, Vice President Kamala Harris called Donald Trump to congratulate him on winning the election. And also hearing that during that call, Vice President Harris emphasized the peaceful transfer of power and being the president for all Americans. That's according to a senior crimes aide. She also is expected to address the public when she remarks at Howard University later today. Well, Katrina, listen, those comments... Hey, California, how you doing? What do you think she's going to say? What kind of tone do you think she'll set? The tone is really important. Hope you've had a good morning. See you later, Chris. Cheers for coming in, man. Doing well, good. Well, it's evening time here. 20 to 8. Die a few flies, bit of chatting and get to bed. We check up tomorrow at the hospital and then back to work on Monday. Did you get your Chinese, Nick? Are you working tonight, Carly? I think time flies with my glasses on, man. I can't read the chat if I've got them on. Mesha, hiya. It's a variant of an Ally McCoist, Matt. I don't know how well you can see it. I had it for a bloody hook. Catches lots of trouts. Blessings, Mesha. Hope you're well. Annabelle, hiya. How are you doing? Good evening. Thanks for coming in. Get your fly rod out, Matt. There's Sandy. There.
Huh?
Sandy was on the stream, I've lost her. Sandy, that can what I've done. You'll have to come back up. Hey, Sandy.
Good morning.
I think I booted you out there the first time.
Probably.
I don't know. I'm not good with technology.
Neither am I. Good morning, everybody.
Time's it there? 5:30? 5:45?
Yeah, 4 to 6. It was a late night.
Is the kiddies up?
No, that's why it's a late night. I got home at 9 o'clock. And then Odette was up at 2. So it's been a long night.
Up at 2. Jesus.
2
Hi,
o'clock.
Chuck. Hi, Paul.
Oh, hang on. Speak of the devil.
Oh,
I think she
got one of
would.
them up.
I think that's her.
Spoke too soon.
Yeah. That's okay.
Aye, get your fly rod out, Matt. I'll send you down some fleas.
You're not having a mango right now. Go have some breakfast then. Great. Don't have some breakfast.
36 quid.
You
The fuck did you eat the whole takeaway?
want to come say hello? It's everybody. No, you got shy in the last 2 seconds.
Camera shy. Good morning.
Not lovely. You say hello? That's Maddie. That's my pen. What color? It's black.
Hello, good morning. Don't be shy.
What is that? She's just seen the toy cockroach. I set up on the other side of this wall. There's like shelving. and I set it up there to scare my middle boy. He scared the daylights out of me with a little plastic ant the other day.
So you got your own back.
Wait, that was me. That was you. And then Connor got me as well. And Connor got me with the rubber ducky in the shower too. Scared the crap out of me.
Look, what is that?
I don't know.
Hey, Liam and Lizzie, how you doing?
It's a piece of grass.
Where the fish did you catch last night, Sandy?
It's just up on the shelf. It's above your head. It's got to be Connor's height. Yeah, up there. In the first couple of minutes, I'd caught this super tiny, no bigger than your phone. Can you shut the door, please?
Had a wee flatty. I've seen that.
I caught a baby, what we call a flathead. It's like a stargazer. It's been on my bucket list since I moved here. I've never managed to catch one. And I caught a baby one last night. I was so stinking excited. It's like I don't know. Like everyone in Australia wants to catch one of these fish. And I finally, after how many freaking years? Over a decade, I finally caught one.
Happy days.
I was stoked. My heart was pounding. And I'm like, for a fish that's no bigger than your phone. Flathead. Can you shut the door, please? So that the boys can keep sleeping. Thank you. Do it quietly. I said quietly.
That was quietly.
Yeah,
That was
exactly.
That was quietly for a child.
Frick me. That girl, no, she can be ninja quiet when she wants to. But apparently shutting the door for her brothers to sleep is not ninja quiet worthy. It's on the shelf. I don't want you to find it, because if you touch it, you're going to break the trap, and I'm going to have to reset it.
On my helmet?
No, it's not on your helmet.
It's so old.
It is old. I'm meant to be throwing that bike helmet out because it doesn't fit her head anymore. But I can't, because it's her first bike helmet, so it's teeny whiny.
Do you never trout fish, Sandy?
Hey?
Do you never trout fish?
Trout's 2.5 days away from here for the nearest trout stream.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I'm subtropical. I'm too far north.
Right.
You leave that alone. Now, me and Dad used to do a week down in Tasmania, up in the Highlands, and it's just up there. There's 15 pools or lakes, as we call them, that are interconnected. So you literally just start. We stay in a cabin up there, and for the week you just walk out. We walk out onto the Great Lake, and you walk that, and then you just hop from lake to lake to lake to lake, because they're all within walking distance of each other. It just depends on how far you want to trek for the day. But most times, yeah, we just lake hop throughout the Highlands. And funny enough, most of them have different species of trout in them. Above my head height. That's Connor's height. The Great Lake has all of them in there. But there's one pool I love going to. It only has brown trout in it.
Did he have to go?
Only brown trout. And
hey, Landy. How you doing, mate?
It's moving.
It's not moving. Oh, what's going on? You need to calm your crap down. You're gonna scare me. That's your warning. So yeah, it only has the brown trout in it, and I love going there because there's such a golden color. There's barely any of that like dark, sandy, dusty brown on top. It's mainly just like almost like a bronze.
A lot of the
They're
locks up
gorgeous
here.
fish.
A lot of the locks up
Hey,
here.
Randy, good morning.
The
Paul,
locks up here.
Dogma.
Hey, Dagmar.
Where
A
is it?
lot of the locks here are
Where
like peaty water.
are you?
Put it on the shelf.
Go away. You're starting to bug the crap out of me now, and it's 5:30 in the morning.
Stop.
An extra teaspoon of coffee.
I've already had a coffee, but I want another one.
Like, don't-
I know, imagine your mother doesn't dust. She doesn't have time to stand around the house and dust it. Either go and get something to eat or go get something to do.
Oh, they made that cook.
Great.
Oh, I
Fantastic.
found a cockroach.
There are no other cockroaches. Seriously.
The toy cockroach.
I'm not showing you the trap. Because then you will show Connor. You'll be like, look at that. And I need him to just walk past and move something, and then it'll spring out of his face.
Does it jump?
I rigged it so it jumped out at him. And I ain't telling Mrs. Busybody over here because she's going to be like, look at this. Can you just go and get some food in your face?
How are you, Randy?
Is it?
Hey, Nick and Mick.
I'm scared now.
Great, go and get some food.
Imagine it.
Yes, I just lunch. It shouldn't be bedtime here.
Man, just going to.
Dagmar, how are you? Oh, you're at work, mate. I'll go back to work on Monday. Hopefully. Near Noonan, California. I've been hectic there just this last couple of days, I'll bet you. Relaxing, Dagmar. Quite right. This is my relaxed time flies.
He's asleep. Why is he asleep?
Mick,
Yeah.
I think I tired it out of him the day on that beach.
Oh,
If you're wondering why my face is nice and shiny, I had a face mask and a cleanse.
ooh. You're a high
My,
maintenance lion.
my wee nurse is looking after me.
Did she get her uniform? Is that what happened?
Well, that would be telling my darkest secrets.
Oh, I think your recovery is doing smashing. It tells itself.
It's nearly gone, look.
Exactly. So Miss got herself a uniform. I told
Well,
you, 100% patient recovery, guaranteed.
my wee princess always looks after me.
He's old. Nick's old. Got himself a nana nap, did he?
He's old. I feel old, I'll tell you, Christ.
You're not that old.
Eh?
Hey, Paul, welcome in.
Hi, Paul. How are you, mate?
What have you done to your brows? What did
Here.
you do?
What do you mean brows? I've only got one fucking eyebrow. I have to shave it down the middle. I've got a
Come
mono.
closer to the screen and we can have a better look there.
Fucking mono. Go on, Matt, get your face up here.
Might just be the swelling.
No, that means it's well swollen. Like, still quite a lot of swelling on that.
Yeah.
But yeah, if
It's
I
just
didn't,
it's just pushed your eyebrow up. That's what.
yeah,
I wasn't looking. Apparently he's paying more attention to your face than all of us.
I can't help it if I track both sexes.
One is better than none. You're old-ish.
Oldish. I'm 21 with a few years' experience. That's all that counts.
Is that what it is?
Yep. I've tried to explain to Chloe after 21, I stopped celebrating birthdays. There's a Scottish fly for you, Sandy.
I'm not allowed to not celebrate a birthday because my kids don't want it necessarily to celebrate me. They just want the cake.
I
And if there's
understand
no
that.
cake, if there's no birthday cake, my kids are like, they feel like I've done them a hard deal.
Well, I'll get them a cupcake.
Cupcake, don't cut it in this house. Are you kidding me?
Really?
Yeah, we don't do cupcakes. You're either going to have cake or no cake at all.
I don't know. I know it sounds bizarre, but I don't eat sweets or cakes. My downfall is biscuits.
The boys have sweet teeth. Odette, not so much. She's more of, if it's going to be a cake, it's not going to be overly sweet. And then she's more savory. I'm savory as well. So if we're going to have cake, it's generally, I think the last cake we had was a passion fruit cheesecake.
Well, Chloe made a cheesecake, and I think it was like 1 million calories in one slice.
Yeah, no, they're not sweet, the ones we make.
Hey, Germs, mate, how you doing? Yeah.
Hey, Jones, how you doing, sir? Today's the day I rig up that Basscaster.
There's a Scottish fly, Sandy, look. Don't know if you'll see this.
Baitcaster.
Rob Roy, red, black and green.
Aw. Cute. Gotta look at my face.
Mine's all shiny. Look. Yeah.
I look like a haggard old woman just then. I am a haggard old woman. What am I saying?
Well, you're 32.
Plus a decade.
Just a bairn.
Randy said in March he's going to celebrate the 40th anniversary of his 21st birthday.
He just made me drop my bead. I had to drop my specs because I can't see.
Watching a film, if you call it. Is it a film or is it not a film? No, me and Jones, we have a thing. We bought bait casters, and we have to learn how to cast them properly with no backlashing by Christmas.
Does it have magnets on it?
Not mine.
Right, here's the secret. I've casted multipliers and bait casters all my life. I don't use conventional fixed spool reels. The secret about them is slow.
That's what everyone's saying. But you know when people tell you and you can watch all the things and hear all the things, it's totally different to actually making your body do those things.
It's a steady movement without jerking.
Yeah, I'm not steady with anything. I'm not steady with anything. Hey, TJ and Tom.
Hey, TJ, Tom, how you doing? Yeah, it's a steady movement rather than jerky. And learning to put your finger on the spool when it's about to hit the water.
I'm gonna rig it today, and then go down to the field and look around a button and wait.
Just
And if
flick
I
a wee,
spool, I spool.
just flick a little weight. Just a bit of practice.
Yeah, that's what I feel like doing.
When I grew up, my grandfather took me fishing, not my father. And back in the days, everybody used multipliers. And he says to me, I'm not taking you fishing if you don't learn to cast a multiplier. So I just had to learn.
Well, I mean, even the spinning ones, the spinner reels, I've only been using those for maybe 5 years. It was always a fly. Never used anything else. And then with the kids wanting to come along, it's like I can't flick a fly line around these kids. Like the boys were toddlers. It's like you can't flick a fly around with a toddler running around.
Yeah.
It's just asking for trouble.
I can't wait for the kids here to be old enough to talk out, especially we Noah.
Hey Tom, welcome in. So that's when I learned the spinning reels. And now that I've been challenged with this bait caster, I'm like, dang.
You'll get on fine. They're easy enough once you get a bit of practice.
I hope so. Because my brother can do it. And when we're on the boat, he just flicks it like, because we go up all through the mangroves and stuff. He just flicks it around like it's an extension of his arm.
Yeah.
And he gets under all the tree line. And I'd love to be able to do that because I can't do that with a spinning reel.
Is that where all the fish hide under the trees?
Well, because like mangroves have like roots that grow up through the water line, and they act like an air snorkel for the plant so it can breathe through the salt water. So the fish will hide amongst those of a high tide. Fish will come in, hide in amongst those.
Yeah.
But the shoreline could be 10 paces back from where that is. But the tree kind of shades over the top. So you have to kind of get in that gap between the water line and the edge of the tree, get in under there, and then retrieve back out. And you can't really do that with a spinning reel. But with a bait caster, he kind of just clicks it sideways and flicks it horizontal.
Yeah.
And he's in there.
You'll get used to it, no problem. Honestly, they're easy. It's technique rather than brute force.
A great place to set a net. Kind of, but you can't cast a net over mangrove roots because they just, one, they'll either be super strong and your net will get snagged, or two, they'll be young and they'll all snap off. And trying to get them out of your cast net is just a nightmare, trust me. Where am I going? I'm going nowhere. I'm just sitting here in my pajamas and I'm not going anywhere, darling. We're at work today, but I'm going to work from home because we're expected to get to 34 degrees today. I mean, hot.
I couldn't deal with that heat.
It's still spring. That's the hard part, is it's still technically spring. And it's an absolutely freaking nightmare. Yesterday, it was hot yesterday and I was checking our weather index. And directly west from me, you go a day's travel. We're still in the same state. Middle of Queensland, they hit 45 degrees yesterday.
Oh, fuck that.
It was an absolute, like, just what the frig.
I was in the Middle East in 1991
Thanks, Paul.
after the first Gulf War, and it was 51 degrees. All I did was sit in the house under the aircon unit.
Yes, I couldn't do that.
It was absolutely just awful. Waste of a holiday, waste of a month. So
I
just
wouldn't go outside. 50, 51, no thanks.
just sat and got pissed and sat under the aircon unit. Even if you went out at night, it was still like 39 degrees.
A gill net. Oh, I'd have to check. We have a lot of rules around gill nets. Tom, you could do it. I don't know if you'd be able to walk it out. You'd have to boat round. Be a good place for a gill net, though. Absolutely.
Amazing, incredible victory. If you look at the Electoral College, if you look at the national share.
DJ said he's gone back to work. The heater isn't working. Oh no. Hey, Stephen. Welcome in.
Hi, Cindy.
Hey, Louise.
Hi, Stephen. How you doing, buddy?
Hey, Cinders. Welcome in. Everybody's coming in now.
I keep losing
And
the
thank
chat.
you, Paul, for letting me know. I'm going to hold it shut now. I'm getting hot. I ain't going to flash everybody on a live.
You not got aircon?
Okay?
Have you not got aircon?
No, Paul mentioned that I nearly flashed everybody because I've only got my PJs on.
All right.
He's like, you look like you're about to fall out. What was the comment?
I'm a modest man. I'm looking at my flies.
If I'm not careful, I'll be popping out. And I was like, thank you. You're making Maddie's eyes water. I know, I'm a hard look. So we're going to hold the front shut and sweat.
The weather here's been pretty mild. It's been 16 degrees centigrade.
Oh, that's like my winter weather.
Yeah, for here, that's just crazy.
That's still warm for you.
Very. We should be having temperatures of 2, 3, 4 degrees at this time of year and frost.
Yeah. Yeah. It's still very warm.
But I think it's getting colder at the end of next week, they're saying, so I hope so.
I found America's having a late, like a warmer fall, autumn than they normally get as well.
Yeah. Well, NJ, he was saying it was, I can't mind the temperature, but it was exceptionally warm, up in 84. Whatever that is in centigrade. 28. Not sure.
Yeah, that's too hot. Cindy said they're near 80 and it's November. Yeah, because normally you're getting like chilly weather. 80's still quite warm. Tom asks if you're using deer hair.
Am I using deer hair? No, it's rabbit fur.
Rabbit today.
Rabbit
There you
fur.
go.
It's like a zonker style. My chat's not keeping up. I don't know why.
Paul said he made some more conga rigs today, ready for his next session.
Conger.
I think I said that right. Conger.
I've only ever caught one conger, and it was just over £10. That's the only one I've ever caught. Aye, by rod and reel.
70's okay, Tom. I can handle 70. 70's beautiful weather. I need to find a place that is autumn all year round, if I'm honest.
For autumn, Scotland. A warm day here, Sunday's 24.
Yeah, but I need that all year. You guys get crazy winters.
Not all the time. The coldest I can recall was -18. I was in
Exactly
Britain.
my point.
But you don't. That's an exception.
Yeah,
Generally,
but it's not 24 degrees all year round either.
no, you'll not be cutting about in shorts and a vest.
Exactly.
I mean, you might if you're crazy, man. Goes about your fucking shorts.
I mean-
the year.
Winter, I'll work in my t-shirt as long as it's no pissing or rain or snow. Doesn't matter how cold
Yeah.
it is. I'll work in a t-shirt. Oh my God, what have I done here?
We don't know. You're in charge, apparently.
Ugh, this could end up in disaster.
Just tie it down, and if that's not 100% making you happy, put a dab of glue on it.
No, my thread's got stuck in my vice at the back. Alright, I got it. There's nothing worse than your thread snapping halfway through tying a fly.
Oh, I hear that.
It's just an absolute royal pain.
Or cutting it off as you're about to finish.
Aye, or because you're that blind, you cut it off by mistake.
I remember tying a fly, and I was on the end, and I was getting ready to do the slip knots, and it snapped off because I nicked the hook
With a thread.
point at the bottom. And so I had to backtrack, tie off, and then finish the fly, which was like not much more. I was so pissed off.
Hi,
I'd
Gary, mate.
been careful the whole time.
How you doing, Gary?
Hey, Gary, welcome in.
No, I've got a deal, Sandy. The fishery that I fish.
Mm,
If I supply the flies for them to sell in the shop, I'll get free fishing.
that's not a bad deal, sir.
So it cost me probably 10 pence a fly to make, if that.
That's some pretty good fishing.
So yeah, I'll get free fishing.
Not too shabby at all, sir.
And I was giving away hundreds of flies a month anyway, so I'll just say to buy them on there. It's all my flies they'll use. Hey, River Rat, how you doing, mate?
Hey, Ernst, how you doing, sweetheart? I have to shut down the chat so I can watch him fly. I think the hardest one I've ever had to do, you had to plait the braiding down the sides. Drove me nuts.
I can tie most flies, but it's coming into winter here, so it's big lures the fish are looking for.
Mm.
So I'm tying things that people will buy for the winter, rather than the smaller stuff.
I think I was trying to tie a grasshopper or something like that.
Hey, Kirsty, how you doing? Louise, I don't think I've seen you in, but yeah, you're here.
Louise has been in for a little while.
Yeah, I never noticed her. My chat kind of froze, so I wasn't seeing the chat.
She's mad.
Western barnacles. Jamie, bro. That's good, Kirsty. Hope you all understand my accent. I don't have a broad accent, but
Oh, thanks, barnacles. People are still setting off fireworks? What for? Cindy asked how the eye was.
plait the braid between the nuts. Has to be Matt.
We don't know what's going on with your hearing there, sir.
I have to say, he was remarkably calm as the results were coming through on the ballroom at Mar-a-Lago. He was sort of sitting there quite nonchalantly, just watching it all.
Doesn't matter. Kirsty loves the Scottish accent. You've no heard a broad Scottish accent. I don't really hear a broad accent. If you go further north, it's real bad.
I suppose it depends on what you're exposed to. Well, I can understand you perfectly fine. I was on Anthony AJ's channel the other day,
Yeah.
and he was ripping through chat. He was trying to read every single comment, and he was talking so fast I couldn't understand a word he was saying.
No, I can understand Anthony fine, eh?
So yeah, it was like listening to an auctioneer on steroids. It was ridiculous. I couldn't hear anything. Because they have too much money. Right? You got money to spend on fireworks, you're doing well.
Oh, it's been horrendous here. The poor
But what are
cats,
they celebrating?
cats were terrified last night.
Fireworks night.
Guy Fawkes.
I don't understand what they're celebrating though.
So Guy Fawkes tried to burn in Parliament
Right.
with gunpowder. Oh, I can't remember what year.
Oh, shoot.
Colin Williams.
It's a ridiculous amount of money to put up in the sky and a bit of smoke, to be honest.
We're lucky here across the bridge. There's like a big, we call it Sandstone Point Hotel. Technically, it is a bar, but they've got like a RV camping caravan thing right next door to it. They also host like your music festivals on the green out the front.
Yeah.
And so whenever there's like some big shindig on, they've always got fireworks. And we have the luxury of just literally sitting on our side of the outside of the bridge. We just sit on the beach and just watch these fireworks go off. We've got it good here. You can go to my bedroom, look out the window, and it's literally like a clear path straight down. You can see all the big ones go off.
I don't mind that. When they're literally right next to you.
Problem here is they just seem to. It used to be Guy Fawkes, then it was Halloween Guy Fawkes night, then it was birthdays, then it's anniversaries, and then it's just all the goddamn time.
Yeah, no, we're not allowed to set them off just because. If you do, like if you're going to do it for a birthday or something, you have to get a special license.
No, people
And you have
just
to get a licensed. You can't set them off yourself. You have to have a licensed pyrotechnician do it.
Well, the neighbour here was letting them off literally 10 feet away from our window.
Oh God, no!
The poor cat
You
just
get
about,
arrested for that type of shit.
poor cat nearly had a bloody heart attack.
I would too.
She went under the seat and hid under the seat for about an hour and a half before she came back out.
I'd be right there with her.
And then the night there was fireworks, albeit they've stopped, but there was a fair pack of fireworks tonight.
Oh, shit.
Can't call it Guy Fawkes anymore. I'll just call it whatever I want. It was all
It's
with the shite.
bonfire night. Our dog, Rusty, you can set off a bomb and that dog will not worry about it.
Chloe's
But
like
if
that.
you
Once-
get a delivery truck go past the house, he loses his head.
Once Chloe's asleep, you could let off a bomb. She wouldn't have waken up.
It would, yeah, anything but a delivery truck. The dog is placid. You get a delivery truck go by, it's like his head just goes, get it, get it, get it, get it. And he's all like bristled up and he's barking his head off. And I'm like, even if I let you out for the truck, you're not winning.
Jamie, are you coming up on the panel? I've never seen you, man. I've seen you on your lives.
You're gonna have to come up because I have to go. I can hear the boys. And then if I wish my kitchen to live, I have to go and supervise.
How old's the boys?
18 just about, and 12.
Oh, that's grown men.
The 18-year-old, he enlists in the Air Force. He has his thing in January. And in fact, my baby is a man. You gotta wrap your head around it. Yeah. It's gonna be a big month because he goes in and starts his military career. And my brother retires in the same month. He's been in there 20 years.
Are you the baby of the family?
Hmm?
Are you the baby of the family?
My brother?
No, you. Are you the baby of the family?
Me? No, I'm not the baby. Pick off. I'm the middle child. I have middle child syndrome. My brother is the baby by 18 months. We get along like a house on fire. But yeah, so he retires. He is medically discharged after 20 years. And then Josh goes in, so it's a huge month.
Hey, Treasure Coast. Cheers for coming in, man.
Hey, how you doing, sir?
Air Force is a good career, Sandy.
Mm.
Maybe
He's
I
going
worry.
in as a mechanic. He wanted to be a fitter and turner, but the wait list was like nearly 2 years for a spot.
Was it?
Yeah, for fitter and turners here to do that course. So they said for him to go in as a general mechanic, get his, because he's got to go down to Kapuka for basic training.
Yeah.
So they said, get in, do your basic training, start off as a mechanic. He'll be fine because he's right into engines and crap. And then when a spot opens up as a fitter and turner, kind of just go across that way. And that's what I said to him. I said, it's the better deal because you've already done your basic training. It's
Yeah.
already out of the way. Where if he waits the 2 years, he still has to do basic training. So yeah.
Basically,
So one's in the Air Force, one comes out of the Army.
the army wouldn't take me.
I'm surprised they took him because he's on the spectrum. So,
Didn't take
but
me when I was younger.
I think because he's not seeing active duty in the sense of he will never be in a position where his choices in a split second could endanger another person's life. Does that make sense? Like,
Yeah.
my brother's seen active duty
Yeah.
where Josh will never be in that type of situation. So because he's literally just looking at engines and machinery, he should be good.
Well, you'll certainly see a bit of the world, hopefully.
Yeah, hopefully it'll snap him out of. He's just in like a rut, teenage rut at the moment.
I'll make a man
Some
out
days
of him.
he's good. Some days he's good. Some days he needs a smack around the head.
Yeah, this will make a man out of him, Sandy.
Oh, absolutely.
You know, it breaks him in.
I can't wait. My food bill will drop through the floor.
Oh, dear. It's funny you say that with an old boy at work. With an old boy used to work with us, he used to put a padlock and hasp on his fridge because his son kept eating all his bloody cold meat and tomatoes. So he just drilled holes, pop riveted on a hasp and a padlock and padlocked his fridge closed.
Sometimes I feel like doing that. I honestly do. I can drop $50 on food and it'll be gone in a day.
Really?
Yeah. Especially if it's fruit. Summer's my worst because they just want to eat fruit constantly. And fruit's expensive sometimes.
What like is the
I
cost over
remember
there for like the petrol and that, Sandy?
Hey,
What like's the cost for your petrol for your car across there per gallon?
it just depends, I suppose, where you go. The island's always more expensive than anywhere else, which is crap because the nearest place is like half an hour's drive. So you're either going to drive the half an hour and waste petrol getting cheaper food, or you just pay the expensive prices.
Yeah.
Son's been in 13 years now in a job he hates because he wouldn't wait. Oh no. I would have transferred. Sorry.
Hi, Steve. How you doing, mate?
The stuff they taught you in your branch isn't really a marketable skill. No. Maddie's the same. He specializes as a sniper. You can't really put that in civilian. And he's not allowed to work anymore anyway. He's been medically written off as ineligible.
I'm going for medically written off in 2 years' time.
It's a cheap bar tab, right? I went out for beers with a girlfriend the other day. They were going to charge me $10 for a bottle of beer. I was like, beg pardon?
$10.
$10 for a standard bottle of beer. It was ridiculous. Teenagers do eat you poor. Hey, Unscripted, welcome in.
Hi, Unscripted. How you doing, mate?
And the time, that's right. Sorry, I'm catching up on chat. All right, I'm at the bottom. Hey, Steve. Yeah, there's some days where I did I did it to myself. I bought a punnet of blueberries, and at the time it cost me $9. I don't know why I did it. I did it. And as I was unpacking the groceries, Odette literally had seen them, picked them up, and walked over to the couch to eat them as a snack. She polished off the whole punnet, and I was looking at her going, I really hope you appreciated that $9 snack. What the heck?
I thought it was expensive in the UK.
No, it's so expensive here. We calculated it yesterday with some of my American friends. I'm paying almost the equivalent of $6 a gallon for fuel.
We're probably close to that. £6.
Yeah,
I don't know what the exchange rate is, but we're about £6 a gallon.
yeah. We're at like $2.20 a liter. It's just ridiculous prices.
Oh, that's not really possible.
Ridiculous prices.
Same for us.
But
The wages in Australia is a lot higher than the UK, though.
having said that, wages haven't really gone up in like a decade. We get the standard government 2-point-something% pay rise every year, but it only equates to like an extra $4 in your weekly pay. It doesn't do anything.
I went 9 years with no pay rise. In the last 3 years, I've had 3,600 pay rise in the last 3 years.
Holy crap. I haven't even had that.
But we went other years with no pay rise, and then every year before that, if inflation was 3.4%, we got a 2% pay rise, which was a pay cut. If
I
wages,
remember asking for one and didn't get it. They're
if
like,
wages
yeah, you're
kept up,
welcome.
if wages had kept up with inflation, I would be on 15,000 a year more now in the 25 years I've been in my job.
Yeah, that would be nice, wouldn't it? They'd actually be
1.4
able to
euros a
afford
litre.
shit.
It's £1.36 a litre here.
£1.36, which isn't, that's cheap as shit. Wow.
Give a second, Unscripted. I can't do it on
US
StreamYard.
gallons are bigger. Yeah, they are. But you guys are still paying cheaper than what I am.
My sister's in New Zealand. She said it's crazy expensive there.
Oh, they're more expensive than what we are.
Oh, she said it's crazy. I mean, I don't speak to her now, but I mean, she said it was horrendously expensive. But she
Yeah.
she earns lots of money.
My brother and his wife is Maori, and after he retired, they were going to move back to her hometown, and they went over for a trip.
And
I think a month.
after
They
he
spent
retired, they were
nearly
going to
10 grand.
her hometown.
You know,
They went
it's,
over for a trip.
I
And
think a month.
after
They
he
spent.
retired,
Why am I echoing?
No, it was me. I had my phone on.
Oh,
I was just modding up a couple of people. I can't do it on StreamYard, but I can do it as on my phone.
fair enough. So yeah, they were gonna go move, but they had a trip, spent 10 grand in a month, and that's living out of, they hired a little camper van. They didn't even stay in a hotel or anything. It's just expensive.
Fuck's sake.
So
Really? I don't know what band in the town.
I think it's just expensive everywhere. And I don't understand how countries can be, you know, it makes sense to me. I mean, ultimately, everyone's living off credit. But I'm
Hey,
like,
bother,
you
Tom.
can't afford it. You can't afford it.
It's like I've got two boats, Sandy, and used to cost £2,000 every year just for maintenance before it went in the water.
Holy moly.
Every year it was £2,000 each boat. And then
That's
there was
insane.
maintenance all through the year, might add it up to another £3,000 or £4,000 through the year.
That's insane. My registration for the boat, I think, is 100 and it's under 150 per year just to register the boat and trailer. And then after that, I'm pretty good. It's just fuel because I don't have to pay for licenses and stuff.
Yeah.
Oh, I lied. The boat license probably costs me, I think it's $80 a year, something like that. I mean, just on a 3-day holiday. That sounds amazing. That's the thing, though. You can have the boat, you can have everything paid up, but at the moment, like a lot of the old guys at the moment down the tackle store are saying, you can have the boat, but affording the petrol to go out in the boat for the day is ridiculous. It's like a $300 trip.
Yeah. My big boat's got a big diesel engine, so we just run it on agricultural diesel.
Mm.
And I can run the boat for 6 hours for about £7.
That's not too bad.
So yeah, it's really cheap.
Yeah, TJ, they're not cheap anymore either. The worst part. I used to do the bedroll tent type thing, but my body just doesn't like sleeping on the ground anymore.
I've got a friend comes up from England in November for fishing, and he pays £400, obviously out of peak season, for a static caravan for a week.
Wow,
£400 a week in the peak season.
that's
You
insane.
could peak season in the summer, you could pay £800 for a caravan.
That's insane. Permits cost $130 for hunting, $127 for title. You've got to pay for gill netting as well. Fine.
Where are you,
US.
Tom?
He's in the US.
In the US too.
I find the US have the most insane laws regarding foraging ever. You got to have a license to hunt. Then you have to purchase tags to hunt. You got to have a license to fish, and then you've got to pay to get into Like water, you got to pay waterway, different regulations on different waterways. It's just insane. Like here, if you fish freshwater, you have to have a license because 90% of our freshwaters are stocked. If you fish saltwater, you don't need a license. You don't. There's no rod limits. There's no hook limits. There's rules around the fish and how many you can have, but that's purely so that we don't overfish our stocks. There's rules around nets because obviously netting can be unhelpful in your targeted species. But other than that, there's no regulations.
Hi, Ollie. How you doing?
Hey, Ollie.
No, up here, the fishery I go to, it's charged by the hour. So if I go for 6 hours, it's generally £16. That's catch and release. The club I was in before my son died, when he was ill but still manageable, we used to fish in a club and we got access to a loch. It was £100 a year. But it was catching, well, you could take 4 fish a day, but I generally put the fish back.
Yeah, that's a good idea, Nick. Pay a little bit extra and then you get to choose where you want to be. So, 1st of November to 31st of March. Fair enough. Recreational gillnet. Commercial is psycho. Oh, I believe that. Well, you have to buy one from an endorsement? Ugh. They usually put extra on. 5 to 30K. Cheapers.
Let's speak now to Maria Hinojosa, Pulitzer Prize-winning journalist and founder of Digital Media. Maria, really good to have you with us. And these are extraordinary numbers if you look at the way that the Latino vote has developed. And of course, this is
So you'd be okay to do that on your own property as long as it's big enough to support it and sustain it. I mean, even on my property out west, it's not big enough for that. I couldn't. I'd have to raise them myself. And that comes with its own regulations. Hey, chicken, did you eat? Your face is still full of food. You should be at the table. I don't want to see the food. You got mango. That's what you wanted to show me, hey? Go and eat at the table. She's happy as a peach. Someone just cut up the mango for her.
Hi, Macy. How you doing?
Hey, Macy.
I always miss the chat because I'm too busy looking at my fly face.
Yeah, no, you guys had a wonderful time out there. They don't sell the commercial license anymore in your state. It's possible to get one from the commission, but it's beyond rare. Fair enough. All right, Levies, I have to go.
Okay, Sandy. Thanks for coming up.
That's all right. It's 6:45, so I gotta get busy. I gotta get kids ready for school and get myself ready for it.
Get to work.
Yeah.
I'll be back
I'm
on
gonna go
Monday.
transform this into something manageable.
If you're working from home, why bother?
Because I have to Zoom call people.
All right. Oh, well, just do the head. Just stay in your PJs, man.
I can't sit in my PJs now. All right, be good. Stay safe.
Right. Thanks, Sandy. Catch you later.
Later, everyone.
Ta-da. Back to solo. Yeah, it's pretty boring watching fly tying, I know, but I've got orders to make up. Poor Mick, is he still knackered, Nick? Yeah, if you can all go and sub Macy. She's looking for subs to get her channel grown. So Tom, are you a fisherman? I'm saying Macy, if they can all go and sub your channel.
Because the numbers are not looking good. They're not looking in your favor. Instead of creative possibilities to find a different message, that one that could connect, the Democratic Party, one, failed to meet that challenge, and two, did not have an alternative vision for that means for they needed to take it seriously.
Dagmar, how you been keeping?
And in my view, they didn't. And by the way, there's a lot of finger pointing that can go around. Honestly, in the U.S., my mainstream media colleagues treated this like a normal election. It was not a normal election. You have somebody who is a convicted felon who talks like an authoritarian, who speaks dangerously.
Yeah, Tom, I was a welder many years ago. I used to weld pressure vessel seals for an oil company. Absolutely, I was a good welder, but hated it. I'm an outdoor person. I hated being stuck inside all the time. So yeah, I work outdoors. Poor Mick. I think Kenya's a couple of hours ahead of us. I'm not sure.
As America wakes up to Donald Trump, we may have the first woman president is over. A group of early morning joggers hit the road. One Democrat among them. And at the venue for Kamala Harris.
Aye, Macy, I'm fine, thank you. My eye's healing up quite well. It doesn't look like I've been battered anymore. It's a week tomorrow it was done. Back to work on Monday. Yeah, I understand that, Dagmar. It's a hard time. It's going to be hard for me at Christmas. Obviously, I spent Christmas with my boys, so it's going to be very difficult this year. You're in our prayers always. You know that.
So why did America reject Kamala Harris? Her endorsements were big and famous. Supporting Kamala Harris for president.
Thank you, Macy. What time is it in Kenya, Macy?
From rural areas to from the Rust Belt to the Sun Belt, millions felt their country was under Donald Trump. Donald Trump felt that.
11:46 p.m. Oh, it's 3 hours. 3 hours of difference. It's 8:47 here.
I'm sad. We are all sad. But at the end of the day, we don't have time to solace. You got to get up and go work.
Stephen, mate, do you fish?
So we asked people three things. How do you feel about immigration? How do you feel about crime? How do you feel better off? Is the economy better? And so people said no to those things. I don't think that's true. When elections are about instincts and feelings and thought, I agree. But look, at the end of the day, at some point we have to look at some reality. One reality is that Kamala Harris was fatally flawed. And during the campaign, she failed to make a decisive break from her boss.
I'll be in bed early tonight. I've got hospital till tomorrow for a checkup, but everything's fine. My eye's fine. "3:47 p.m, Tom. I'm going fishing on Friday, so hopefully get a good day's fishing on Tuesday. Yeah, Tom, my eye's a lot better. I generally heal very quick. It's amazing the job they've done, the reconstruction they've done fixing it. Fish commercially, Stephen. I'm going to target the bass next year up here. Once I get back into the sea fishing. I've been concentrating on the trout. Lures for bass. I make lures, Stephen. Well, in my old house I used to make the shads and the paddle tails and the rubber sand deals.
You look at the markets and the fact that they are soaring right now. Is this about tax cuts? Is this about
Yeah, I used to make all my own lures for the sea. I can tie them quite quick, Stephen. I can tie any fly, pretty much any fly. I'm just tying bigger lures for the winter, for the fishery that I fish. I don't know, I mean, it's... I'll also won't let you see them. That one's called the Rob Roy. It's got the red, green and black. That one's called an Ally McCoist. That's another version of an Ally McCoist. It's another version of an Ally McCoist. I don't have my fly box yet with the smaller stuff.
But also to use it as a negotiating tactic with other countries. So essentially, the thinking is that by threatening such widespread...
I've only actually tied flies for the last 2 years. I did do it 35 years ago. But it's good for my hands. I've got arthritis, so yeah, it's good for the hands. I don't know where my other box is. I tie little nymphs, dry flies, wet flies, any lures. These are different ones. These are like cat's whiskers, yellow and white. Different greens with red heads. The same as what's there with a pink head. All different coloured beads on the heads. Bit of weight, get them down. Royal Coachman, yeah, I can tie them. That's quite a small hook, Stephen. When I do my sea fishing for the cod, I use 8-0s. Pennels, 2 8-0s. But then a cod's mouth's the same size as mine, it's like that. Every week I'll be doing different flies. I'm going to do my lives generally a Saturday night. get the whiskey out, get the fly box out, the kit out, and start tying flies when I'm on the drums.
Who's also a fellow at the Indian think tank, the Institute for Defence Studies and Analysis, who has a keen interest in India-US relations. Welcome to the BBC. I'm going to start by talking to you in uncle mode. I'm not sure
I could get it quite interesting and colourful.
but you know her very well. How do you think she must be feeling right now?
Okay, Louise, catch you later. Thanks for coming on. You support an awful lot of channels, Stephen. I did until I got booted for half them.
And we're just looking at pictures of you on the stage, because obviously you saw last night you were on stage with her, as we can see in the corner of the screen at the DNC. I just want to ask you what you think comes next for her. I mean, of course, she's an incredibly accomplished woman. She hasn't yet reached the highest office. She's obviously reached vice president. Do you think she'll continue to pursue some sort of career in politics once she leaves the vice presidency?
Steve, I used to take people out in my boat. I had insurance and that. I didn't do it to make money. I just done it for a fiver. A fiver's diesel money, just to help cover costs. Used to catch lots of fish. Each trip you could see 200 fish. Hi Beverly, how are you? Hi Stephen, I'm the same. I'm just going to stick to the channels I go on, and that's it.
I'm so sorry, we've actually run out of time because we're just about to see your niece deliver her address. Crowds are gathering now. Thank you so much, Gopal and Balachandran, for sharing your thoughts. Do stay with us here on BBC.
What did you have for your tea, Nick? Indian?
Been another great gloomy day for most of us. Living in the fantastic north East England and the northern half of Scotland. How's going to look, I think, for the next few days? The outlook, though, very little change what we've been experiencing.
The cat's going my feet.
Well, a lot of dry weather around, but climate swept in the week. High pressure, which is dominating the scene across the whole of Europe. But it is drawing up a mild weather for the time of year right across the UK. You can see that with the orange colours there. So as we head through tonight,
Yeah, Stephen, I just shared it with my mates. I was in a position where I was able to keep a boat. I've still got to collect it from my old address, but it's finding storage for it. I'll just have to pay caravan storage and store it somewhere. It doesn't stay in the water all the time, it comes out for the winter. There's loads of Chinese.
As we are after Friday and it's the weekend, could see some subtle changes to weather. These weather fronts trying to work their way in will struggle.
I might do a live.
Saturday's weather front.
Might do a live someday soon when I'm fishing for the trout.
Spots of rain, Northern Ireland might travel across there, see it's western Scotland, western Wales, but very dry, grey and blue weekend.
I've got to see just how bad I am at casting.
This temperatures get low to mid-teens. Now, as we move into Sunday, there's a chance this next feature could have a bit more energy to it. Across the northwest of the country to be stronger winds and outbreaks of rain. So we could see some shower rain across Northern Ireland, much of Scotland, maybe northern and western England and Wales. And behind it, because we're changing the air mass, we're losing that stagnant air. We're getting some westerly Atlantic air. We might see more sunshine across the north and the west. We have to stay tuned because this might change. Generally,
The Tyne and Amble. What's your home port, Steve? Okay, Dagmar. Take care. Thanks for coming in.
Today we're looking at the state of British politics.
See you later, Dagmar. Blythe. Aye. It's the cost now, insurance as well. See the insurance for taking people out on a boat. The liability insurance is ridiculous now for small boat owners. Rosalind the Gower. Do you get a lot of pollock down there?
Live from Washington, this is BBC News. Donald Trump wins the U.S. presidential election, declaring that his second term will usher in a new era of prosperity for America. A crushing defeat for Kamala Harris and Democrats. She is due to speak in Washington any moment now after she called Donald Trump to concede defeat and congratulate him on his election win. We're going to bring you that speech live. We'll also consider what happens next and assess how Donald Trump may govern. Ukrainian President Zelensky congratulates President-elect Trump, but what will be the impact of Trump's victory and war in Ukraine? And Prime Minister Sir Starmer is eager to strengthen ties with the president-elect. We hear from UK leader Nigel Farage on what it will take for the US-UK special relationship.
Okay, Macy. Thanks for coming in. Be blessed. What did you hunt with, Tom?
Washington, where Donald Trump has comfortably won the race to be the next president of the United States. And we're going to show you some live pictures now because his Democratic opponent, Kamala Harris, she has called Donald Trump to congratulate him, and she is due to deliver a concession speech right here in Washington at Howard University.
St. Albs.
Where the Harris campaign held their headquarters party.
I don't know the area, Stephen. Or Steve, I don't know the area that well. Is it? Oh, take it's all rough ground, is it?
The polls had suggested that the race for the White House would be close and that days of legal wrangling over the result could follow, but in the end, that was not the case. Not only did Mr. Trump sweep home in the crucial swing states he needed to win, but he also won the popular vote, describing his victory as magnificent. On the Electoral College vote count, Donald Trump now has 294 and Kamala Harris 223, putting Mr. Trump way above the 270 required to win. Our North American correspondent Gary O'Donnell looks at how the
Yeah, it's pretty much all rough ground we fish up here, Steve. For the winter cod, it's all rough ground. There is sandy beaches in between, like you do get some flounder, turbot, dabs. Very few plays. Occasionally you might get a lemon sole. I'd love to see that, Tom. I've watched some videos on YouTube with the bow hunting turkeys and deer or elk, whatever you call them. Go to fly, Steve. Depends the time of year. Generally, summer and that will fish smaller flies, bibios, spiders, crunchers, cormorants. Get into this time of year, you go into the bigger stuff. Well, this time of year, generally it's a lot colder. You fish these bigger lures slow along the bottom. Once we get the first frosts and the fish go down, put on these big colourful lures. The fish will take these when they're fresh stocked. In the winter, these are pretty standard flies for the winter. I'm just trying what I know is going to sell and what people will use. I tie dry flies as well for the summers in the evening. Sinker graveyard, aye. I was fortunate, Steve. I made all my own leads. My son was a roofer, and I've got probably got 4,000 leads and a ton and a half of lead sitting at Mould House.
It certainly stands in very significant contrast to what you saw in Gary's piece from Mar-a-Lago, and it's
Aye, Tom, you've got to hit them here with a 234. Can't shoot deer with a shotgun in this country. You get jailed. I used to shoot the 12 and 20 bore. For rabbits and rats, we used to use a 2.2 subsonic, and then the deer was a 2.34 or a 2.43. Used to do a lot of pigeon shooting. It's a lot of lead I have to move. I'll just probably scrap it, put it into scrappies.
People have gathered to listen to what the Vice President has to say. This is her concession speech. Certainly one that no politician wants to give, but certainly one that the American public deserves to hear.
I got everything that you spoke.
Has called Donald Trump now to congratulate him and talk about peaceful transfer of power. What do you think we can expect to hear from her today? We're certainly going to hear echoes of that in her speech. I'm sure we're going to hear her.
Yeah, Fencent, how you doing? Thanks for coming in. We're just tying flies here for the local fishery. Yeah, I'm all good, mate. All good. I used to sell them, Stephen. I used to sell thousands of leads in the winter.
And Samira, for those supporters who are there, you've been speaking to, what are they saying about what they think went wrong and how they feel about it?
Piece of bull.
I think there's quite a lot of shock, there's disappointment. There was even one woman who was wearing
A damaged permit.
and when asked why she was wearing those dark sunglasses, she said, "I've just been crying for so long."
Stephen, I used to make jig heads. I used to make army jellies. I used to anodize reels, hydro dip, chrome plate.
So many different geopolitical ramifications because of a Republican presidency. I think people here were really hoping for some sort of historic win, or at least not the resounding defeat that we saw here last night. Okay, so Mayor Hussein at Howard University here in Washington, D.C., where we are expecting to hear from Vice President.
I'll be selling all my molds shortly, once I get them all picked up.
On that podium, and of course, listen in as soon as we see Kamala Harris take the stage. In the meantime, I speak to Amanda Renteria, National Political Director for Hillary Clinton's 2016 presidential campaign. And Amanda, with a caveat that if we see Kamala Harris come on stage, we will, of course, go straight to that. But I'm just wondering what you think we will hear from Kamala Harris, of course, conceding defeat and talking about the path forward. But what do you think the core of this message is going to be?
I think one of the pieces she will be talking about and has talked throughout the campaign is really her vision for the country, the promise of America, and how that fight continues forward. But also, I think she's going to have a lot to say about the strong risk that she as a candidate, people will come together.
What type of lures do you use, Stephen? Is it hard lures or soft lures?
Now needs to govern the entire country. And I think part of the message here is we all need to be a part of it. Even her supporters who voted for her now need to find their place, play an active role to make sure that America continues to be a country that really looks out for everyone. And so this is a tough day for any campaign, and particularly for her to come out a figure who would have been a historical win. This is a message where we need to give hope to folks who have believed in that, and at the same time give folks a message that they need to continue to move forward in this new presidency.
Amanda, I have to ask, as the National Political Director for Hillary Clinton's 2016 presidential campaign, how much of last night felt familiar to you?
Quite a lot of it, right? So I was also pulling through the different districts and the counties. There were a couple of differences, and I think the big one, of course, is the Latino.
Gun licenses here, Tom's getting ridiculous now. It's not like the States. It's not really worth owning a gun here now.
Not just for the presidential race, but see the Republicans have taken the Senate, possibly the House. I mean, we talked about this autopsy afterwards, and Amanda, we are still waiting to see if Kamala Harris will take the stage. But of course, this will be dissected for the coming weeks and months and years. But what do you think is going to be necessary for Democrats to move forward and overhaul what went wrong?
So I think we've really got to take some stock about what people think of the brand of the Democratic Party. It's clear that people do not see the Democratic Party as for the little guy or the hardworking families, and that's got to change as we move forward. And it can change because the policies that Democrats have supported now for a very long time have been about the working class, but our messaging and ability to connect those policies and the implementation of those policies to folks on the ground has been a problem for a very long time now. The Democratic Party must recognize.
Cost an air gun slugs. Tom, you need a firearm certificate here now to have an air gun. The law was changed a few years back. You've got to now have a license for an air gun. But you can walk into a shop and buy a crossbow.
But that should have been the first clear warning. And ever since then, we still haven't figured out how to get communication right. And I'll say this, we have got to understand that there are new channels of distribution. We're seeing it, and this is where it's particularly true in the Latino community. They aren't watching traditional news media. They're watching YouTube. They have these
Savage do good lure, Stephen.
that they're in their phones every day.
I used to make the identical to Savages. I've got all the molds for the soft plastics, all the colorants and glitters.
Thank you again so much for joining us. And we're continuing to look at these pictures here again.
It's just it was time. In the winter I can work 100-hour weeks.
We are sitting here in our studio, and Kamala Harris is
I can work long hours in the summer as well, I suppose, but and my son was poorly, so I didn't really have a lot of time to do very much, to be honest.
on election evening, and then when it was clear that the result was not going in their favor, the campaign co-chair came out and said that Kamala Harris would not be appearing and told everyone to go home, and that they would hear from the vice president the next day, and that's precisely what we're seeing here. So this here in Washington, D.C., and as we're looking at these pictures and waiting for Vice President Harris, I have my panel here with Anthony Kessler and the America correspondent, Stephanie Murphy, former Democrat congresswoman from Florida, Rodney Davis, former Republican congressman from Illinois. Between the four of us, I think we probably have 5 hours of sleep.
Yeah, I get that, Tom. We didn't have that same sort of.
But Anthony, starting with you.
No, up here where I live anyway, there's not an awful lot of crime here. They're only small towns. Fucking hell, 22 to 26 quid each. That's ridiculous, man.
Whether she knows that didn't happen in 2020. If she's gracious in defeat, but also if there's an edge to it, and she points out that this is something, this is a gratitude and grace that Donald Trump did not afford her nor Joe Biden 4 years ago.
Oh, you don't want to be losing them, Stephen. Fucking hell. I buy the best of gear. But all the end stuff I used to make myself. I could go fishing and didn't care if I lost 25 leads. That is daylight robbery. That's a slightly different coloured one.
She's got to do what we all have done when we've lost. Be gracious, concede, talk about the future. But really, the proof's going to be in the pudding after Donald Trump is sworn in again.
Thanks, Tom.
Begin to help you out. They certainly didn't do that during the first term. And that's one of the issues.
They certainly catch fish.
But you know what? Emojis in the House look like they may not favor bipartisanship, or they could favor not bipartisanship. From what I'm hearing, Republicans may expect a majority.
£12 starting. I'm out of touch with the cost of things, man. I just used to make them all myself. Let's say it wasn't for Bass, it was for Cod and Pollock. There is some bass up here. I've never really fished for them, but I'm going to start. I know the salmon netters, when it was legal to have the salmon nets, they used to catch 2-3 boxes of bass a day with their static nets. Some of them up to £12 to £15. So there's plenty of bass there.
examples, his new administration will start seeing names floated for key cabinet secretary spots. We'll see people coming by to interview. We'll see a trickle of announcements going forward. This is going to be unlike 2017, 2016.
I know where he's Nick.
Who Donald Trump would put in these positions and what positions.
Hope he gets a good rest.
It seemed like no one really wanted it. There will be a long line of people now who have come to power with Donald Trump the first time around, who are eager to get back into power, and they have a plan for what they want to do when they get it.
We have heard that President Biden will address the country tomorrow to talk about the transition and the election results. Stephanie, I just want to read you something that Vermont Senator Bernie Sanders released in a statement. He said, "It should come as no great surprise that the Democratic Party, who has abandoned the working class people, would find that the working class has abandoned them." What do you think of that?
Well, I do think that the Democrats have to do some self-reflection about.
Are you fishing tomorrow, Nick?
The numbers. They didn't make any gains in all demographic groups, save for two people over 65 and young women, and by state didn't make any gains, save for Washington and Utah. That is pretty remarkable not to make up any ground from the last election. And so they are going to.
I know a lad down in Wales, Steve. Christ, I can't remember his name. He's a really good bass angler. Facebook friend. Top bass angler, in fact. Sean Dukes.
Courtney, do you think there was the voters rejecting the candidate or the policies or all of the above?
Well, I guess we have to give Donald Trump credit because maybe the voters wanted him to be president. It's not always about the other side. Now, did the Democrats do some things that maybe turned voters off and pushed them toward the Donald Trump? Probably. But in this electorate, we didn't see a lot of undecideds early on. But that small number of undecideds were influenced by a wide variety of decisions. But I think Democrats have to do that.
Tell you what, I feel 84.
And understand, they may be speaking to an echo chamber when
I'll be in the hospital, Nick. I'll not get you till later on. I've got the hospital at 11:45.
because frankly, democracy chose Donald Trump and the Trump administration.
This is being called, Anthony, the great realignment of the voting populace. What do you think?
Well, I think that Donald Trump started something in 2016, started a shift in the Republican Party.
He's a good lad. Stephen, he's a good lad.
Mitt Romney and George W. Bush, and it's something very different. It has a much firmer connection to working-class, blue-collar Americans. And that when he started in 2016, it looked like it had been put on ice in 2020. It looked like maybe it was just a 4-year aberration, but this election.
I'm going to go down south next year and hopefully fish with Mick and Nick.
That shift. This is a realignment in American politics where the Republican Party is occupying a very different space than it did before. It's a working class party combined with evangelicals and combined with apparently some tech insiders too and Silicon Valley billionaires. The Democratic Party has shifted more to college educated, to suburbs. But there are more non-college educated Americans than there are college educated Americans. It's not the kind of coalition you want to put together if you're a Democrat and win.
Hi Curtis, how you doing, mate? Thanks for coming in. These are just trout lures, mate. Catch the rainbows of the brown trout.
I think he had a class pitch rather than a racial identity pitch that resonated.
I'm going to fly down, Steve. I'm not driving. Well, I might drive. I don't know. I was going to buy a new car, but I'll have to wait. So I'll probably just fly down and hire a car.
Donald Trump's pitch to them was, you are like everyone else, you're working, you're struggling, you're paying more. And that was something that Hispanic voters, if you look particularly places like Florida and Texas, where Donald Trump racked up majorities, remarkable majorities, the first ones in decades, even centuries in some cases, to get these kind of majorities in these districts. It shows that his message resonated, his populist economic message resonated. You hear Bernie Sanders saying essentially, in fewer words, I told you so.
Yeah, I think the political figure like no other Donald Trump is what we have to say.
Aye, Steve, it's... When my mother was alive, we used to drive down to a wee place called Hinckley, just 15 miles from Leicester. And if you was just doing it in a winner, you could do it in about 7 hours. But it's no worth it. I can fly down to Luton in an hour from Aberdeen, hire a car at the airport, and that's it. And to be fair, it's not going to cost any more. I can get flights for about less than £100 return. It would cost more than that in diesel to drive down.
Just a quick interruption because the Governor Bollocks was coming out here and he's running the there. They are in the front row here for Kamala Harris's address. Obviously, very disappointing.
Yeah, Steve, that's right. It's not far from Brown Hills. You counting, babe? You counting? What's your hands? Great big caterpillar plant on the A5 south. Yeah, I've seen the Triumph place, Steve. I can't remember if it was in Hinckley or just before Hinckley. Just single-handed. Curtis, I can fish spey. I can spey cast. The only time you need to spey cast is on the rivers. I'm going to do the salmon next year. These are just trout flies, trout lures. That's all right. Okay, Steve. Night, mate. Steelhead are running. I'm not sure what steelhead is. Is that a rainbow trout that's gone to sea? Night, Steve. Cheers for coming in, buddy. Appreciate it. Yeah, rainbow trout's gone to sea. I thought that, wasn't sure. What size do they get to Curtis? They'll get big. £20 plus. £8 to £12. It's still good fish, that. I've had trout so far up to around about £8-9. There's local fisheries here, have them up to £22, £25. I will try them during the winter. Never seen one over £1 or £2. They're all stocked fish here, Tom, to be fair. Any wild trout in the rivers, they've all been caught and killed. The rivers all here are all just basically salmon. There is a few decent brown trout in the rivers, but they're so few and far between.
building community and building coalitions, bringing people together from every walk of life and background, united by love of country with enthusiasm and joy in our fight for America's future. And we did it with the knowledge that we all have so much more in common than what separates us.
EPA,
Now, I
invasive only hatch rainbows. All the fish here are triploid. All the fish they stock are triploid and can't spawn. All the fisheries that hold wild brown trout, they all close 15th of October. So it's only triploid fishing that you can get all winter. But some of the rainbows can get massive here. Sea trout over 6, that's good fish. We get them here. Get some big sea trout in the rivers here. The problem is it's so damn expensive. The river next to my old house used to be £1,000 a week to fish it on the beat. You do get the cheaper beats, but they tend to be way upstream, and you've got to have water. Snakeheads, what's that, Tom?
At the same time, in our nation, we owe loyalty not to a president or a party, but to the Constitution of the United States. And loyalty to our conscience and to our God. My allegiance to all three is why I am here to say, while I concede this election, I do not concede the fight that fuels this campaign.
Right, that's enough tide for the night.
The fight for freedom, for opportunity, for fairness, and the dignity of all people. A fight for the ideals at the heart of our nation.
Snake, is it a carp, Tom? I presume that's the carp.
America at our best.
Cheers, Curtis. Thanks for coming in, mate.
I will never give up. Never give up for a future where Americans can pursue their dreams, ambitions, and aspirations. Where the women of America have the freedom to make decisions about their own bodies and not have their
No limits.
telling them what to do.
I've seen lots of posts. Lots of posts on American channels with I don't know what they are, carp from Asia. Just taking over the rivers.
For equal justice and for the sacred idea that every one of us, no matter who we are or where we start out, has certain fundamental rights and freedoms that must be respected and
Oh, you dirty pig.
Aye.
Right.
Down here.
Central US silver jumping carp. Yeah, I think that's the ones from Asia, Tom. Pretty much invaded everywhere and breed at a phenomenal rate. I think it's a Tennessee River AJ fishes. Sorry, I'm just cleaning up all my shite. Thanks, Tom. Same to you, mate. Hopefully see you again. Generally, I'll go live on a Saturday. Probably every Saturday night from now on. It'll be a bit more eventful.
You have power. You have power. And don't you ever listen when anyone tells you something is impossible because it has never been done before. You have the capacity to do extraordinary good. And so to everyone who is watching,
Take care, Tom.
this is not a
I look forward to seeing you again, and we'll tune into your channel, mate. Give a couple of comments on your shorts and your vids.
This is a time to organize, to mobilize, and to stay engaged.
Hey, Stephen, mate, I'm going to shut this down now. It's time to get tidied up and get ready. I've got hospital tomorrow, so got everything sorted out. Appreciate you coming in. Nicola, if you're still here, tell Mick we'll hopefully catch up with him tomorrow. When I get back, I should hopefully be back for 2 o'clock at the latest. Hey, Nicola, we'll catch you later. Stephen, we'll catch you later, mate. Yeah. Nicola. Call her by her real name. Thanks, Steve. It's just a check-up, Stephen. Just to make sure everything's alright. I'm pretty sure it is. It's healed rather quickly, so I'm quite happy with it. So I was meant to be off another week, but I'm just going to go back to work on Monday. Missing out on too much money. Right, we'll catch you later. Thanks for coming in. Bye. Bye-bye. Chloe says bye as well. Ta-ra.